Lab 1. The Scientific Method. Introduction. All science is an attempt to understand and explain the world we live in. Scientists and researchers have sought to explain the incredible amount of phenomena that makes up our world. Despite the incredible amount of and variety of research, these specialists use a universal approach to scientific problems. This process is referred to as the scientific method. Francis Bacon is credited as the first to outline this process in his writing, Novum Organum. The cover of the book is shown on the right. Bacon lived from 1561 to 1626 in England. The scientific work of the time was based on the works of Aristotle, who had died in 322 BC. While many of Aristotle's ideas, like Earth being the center of the universe, had been overturned, his approach to scientific discovery was still being used. This approach held that truth could be reached by discussion and argument. If sufficiently clever, men discussed a subject long enough, the truth would eventually be discovered. Bacon objected, arguing that truth required evidence from the real world. He wrote in Novum Organum, whether or not anything can be known can be settled not by arguing, but by trying. The scientific method involves recognizing a problem, accumulating data, forming a tentative hypothesis, and controlled experimentation. Results and conclusions should be consistent and verifiable by other scientists and investigators. Once an explanation is assumed, a model representing a theory can be created. This model may change over time as a result of additional research. For example, the model of the universe espoused by the Greeks and Arabs showed the Earth at the center. Later, in the 7th century, Copernicus and Galileo proposed a model that showed the Sun as the center, with the Earth and the other planets revolving around it. This process took about 2,000 years. However, in recent times, we are constantly revising this model to include more information involving the actual shape and numbers of moons and planets as a result of technical advances that allow us to more directly observe the universe. Procedure for this lab. 1. In order to solve the following problems, you will need to be patient and alert to details. 2. The closed container has a steel ball inside that moves within the partitions in the container. 3. Record the number of the container on your lab sheet. 4. You may not open the container. 5. Carefully tilt the container and attempt to determine the shape and location of the partitions. 6. Neatly draw what you believe the partitions look like on your lab sheet in Hypothesis 1 box. Do not share your idea with your lab partner. 7. Give the container to your lab partner and let them attempt to determine what the partitions look like. 8. Draw what your lab partner thinks it looks like in the Hypothesis 2 box. 9. Now work together to come up with a third sketch of what the partitions in the container look like. 10. Sketch this third idea in the Hypothesis 3 box. 11. After 5 minutes, you'll be asked to switch to a different container. 12. For the next container, repeat steps 1 through 7. You must complete 4 observations.